Hi everyone, I'm Riley, a librarian at UA. Today's lesson will focus on narrowing your topic down into a well-defined research question. Once you've explored a topic you're interested in, you probably have several ideas you might want to write about. The next step is defining your research question by deciding exactly what you want to focus on. This lesson will help you identify the things that make a good research question, explain why a narrower research question is better, and help you learn how to identify the sweet spot in your research question. First, let's define what makes a good research question. A good research question should not be too broad or too narrow. It should be open-ended, not a yes or no question. A good research question should also be researchable with credible sources. Finally, a good research question should not be something you already know the answer to. So why would you want a narrower topic? You might think that a broad topic means there's more to talk about. However, the scope of the paper can quickly become too large. If you try to engage in depth with a broad topic, you will likely end up with too many ideas to discuss and struggle to focus on what is truly important. When writing academically, you must analyze a topic and engage critically with sources that discuss your topic. With broad topics, you can become overwhelmed by the research and struggle to engage with the details effectively. Broad topics should be narrowed into questions that can be answered in the space and time you have and with the resources and evidence you can locate. Let's say your topic is name, image, and likeness. While this may seem like a narrow topic, there are still numerous related topics that could fall under this category. Brainstorming charts can help to tease out workable ideas from larger topics. In this example, the topic of name, image, and likeness has been broken down into multiple smaller, more manageable topics to research and write about. When narrowing your topic, the process is connected directly to the ideas you get while brainstorming and reading when preparing to write. This is a non-linear process that you might repeat multiple times. Brainstorm, research, and write. As you begin to read and write, you'll notice that there are aspects of your topic that you are more interested in and questions about those aspects that might interest you more. As questions continue to develop throughout your reading phase, you can use these questions as your preliminary research questions. The goal is to find the sweet spot where your question is focused enough to be answered within your paper, but not so narrow that you will run out of things to say or be unable to find enough sources. Once you can develop one or two research questions that, when fully answered, will take up the required space for your assignment, you will know that your topic is narrowed down enough. Narrowing your topic to create your research question is an important part of the writing process. In this lesson, you learned how to identify the qualities of a good research question, explained why a narrow question is better, and you helped identify the sweet spot when forming your question. Now that you know the qualities of a good research question, you should be able to turn any topic of interest into a targeted research paper.